When foreigners die in Thailand, burials, cremation, and the bureaucracy. This is one of those videos that people avoid, but if you're living in Thailand, especially if you're on TRT like I am, then you need to face reality, because if you die here, what happens? What happens next? Who pays? What kind of mess are you leaving behind? And guess what? Today I'm going to walk you through what nobody really talks about here, and that is dying in Thailand. So, listen, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I've been living here for over 30 years now. And if you like this video, please do me a favor, click the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed already, and click the notification bell. I would really like that. If you need to contact me, an American in Bangkok at gmail.com, for whatever reason it may be. It could be just you want to talk, you got a question, whatever it may be, you need a consultation, so you can use it for that. But anyway, let's talk about this. Okay, first of all, burial versus cremation. Cremation is far more common in Thailand, even among foreigners, and that is because it's more available and it's also cheaper. Burial is possible, but it's a bit more rare and limited to certain cemeteries, and most Thai Buddhists cremate, so burial plots are not very standard. Buying or cremating a foreigner, burying or cremating a foreigner in Thailand is technically very straightforward, but it's filled with bureaucratic and cultural complexities, especially if you haven't made preparations in advance. And I'm going to give you a look at what you need to know, including burial sites, costs, death-related insurance for foreigners in Thailand. So, as I said, cremation is far more common here. Burial is possible. There are some notable cemeteries where burial is allowed, and it's often associated with Christian churches or foreign communities. Some notable cemeteries: the Protestant Cemetery in Bangkok, that's in Sathorn, Catholic Cemetery like St. Louis Cemetery, Sathorn, Holy Redeemer, Dindang, near Katu in Phuket is used by expats and foreign workers. The Chiang Mai Foreign Cemetery near Wat Sun Dok, in Pattaya near Wat Nong O, and some areas are set aside there for expat burials. In Hua Hin and Udon Thani, they have some capacity for Christian or foreign burials, depending on demand. You need to work with the local municipality or temple committee and just show you're not going to show it. Somebody else is going to show it if you're the one who died. Death certificate, passport, and sometimes embassy paperwork. A temple cremation, Buddhist style, ranges in price from about $10,000 to $50,000. A private crematorium or funeral home, it might cost $40,000 to $150,000, depending on the urn, ceremony, transport, etc. A no-frills cremation can be as low as, say, 8,000 baht if organized through a local temple without any ceremony. Now, burials are rarer and also more expensive. A plot purchase may cost 100 to 300,000 baht in Bangkok or popular expat areas. A grave preparation, casket, and service may range in price from 50,000 to 200,000. So the total burial cost is from 200,000 to 500,000. In order to take the proper steps, you need to get a death certificate from the Thai hospital, and in home, you're going to need an autopsy. At the hospital, you're not going to need an autopsy. You need to translate that into English and then have it certified by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and you have to inform your embassy or consulate. Then you arrange for the cremation or burial via funeral home or temple. And if you want the ashes or body repatriated, you're looking at 80,000 to 300,000, depending on the destination and size of the remains. Now, insurance options. Foreigners who die in Thailand without insurance create a financial and bureaucratic nightmare for their families. Travel insurance. Most travel insurance includes accidental death and repatriation. Policies with repatriation coverage typically pay up to $15,000 to $30,000. Expat life insurance for long-term foreigners. Companies like Pacific Cross, AIA, Luma, AXA Thailand, or even international firms like Cigna, Alliance, or William Russell offer accidental death, natural death, funeral expenses, and repatriation. And you may pay anywhere from about $500 to $2,000 a year, depending on your age, health, and the coverage that you want. It's also critical to check if the policy includes repatriation or burial in Thailand, because it is not always automatic. The local death coverage for Thai insurance, Thai companies offer small death benefit policies that offer a coverage of about $100,000 to $500,000 in case of death. Usually the premiums are very cheap, but they may not cover the burial unless arranged in Thailand and with pre-approval. So, like I said, most expats avoid this topic. They don't even talk about it. And the reality is, if you die here without a plan, it becomes a bureaucratic nightmare. I've talked about this in the past. And cremation is the norm. And just remember that burial is rather rare and a bit more expensive. And it's limited to where you can be buried. So, you might want to think about that. For me, I think I'll probably just be cremated when the time comes, but we'll see. Cremation in Thailand can cost you anywhere from 10,000 baht to 50,000 baht, depending on how it's done. If you want a burial, like I said, 200 to 500,000 if you can find a plot. There are limited cemeteries for foreigners, so you might not always be able to get the space. And also, when a foreigner dies, it's not just all the sadness. It's paperwork, embassy involvement, translation, legal filings. And your spouse might need to go through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, do the embassy forms, even DNA tests if your paperwork isn't in order. And so you might want to think, hey, does your family know what to do if you're gone tomorrow? Now, I can tell you, I had a friend who, he was with a Thai woman. He did not have his marriage certified in the United States, but he was technically married in Thailand, but it wasn't legal. It wasn't binding. It was just the ceremony. And so they were very, very apprehensive of letting his wife do anything, but he had a bunch of kids with her. And so eventually it was okayed and everything was on the up and up, and they got through it, but it took quite a bit of work. And so you might want to make sure that you have everything in order. Now, TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, adds another layer of risk. I was really surprised that this was brought up. But if you're on TNT like me, TNT, yeah, I got TNT, baby. If you're on TRT like me, whatever the dosage, maybe it's 125 milligrams per week, maybe it's a couple hundred per month, you're already flagged as having a pre-existing condition. Insurance companies now view TRT as a risk factor. I was surprised about that. Not because it's steroids, but because it's linked to age, heart health, and hormone issues. And that's not really the paranoia. The paranoia comes from the actuarial tables. So that's really, it tells you this is where you will probably die, I guess. And if you're not upfront about the TRT with your insurer, your claim could be denied, especially the cheap Thai policies or travel insurance. Even if expat health coverage from places like Luma, Pacific Cross, or AXA, even they can exclude the payout if you weren't honest. So you need to make sure your policy includes death abroad and repatriation and cremation cost. So a few tips. Do not wait. If you live in Thailand long term, sort this out before it's a problem. And this is something I'm working on. I got to do this. Make a will, Thai and your home country. Name someone, a local or a lawyer, who can legally arrange your death paperwork. Store your documents, passport, will, insurance info, where your spouse and kids can access them fast. If you want to be repatriated, you must have insurance or enough savings clearly earmarked, because embassies do not pay. Now, if you're proactive enough to be on TRT and tracking your labs and optimizing your life, why wouldn't you prepare for one thing that you know will eventually happen? And I can tell you, like I said, I am now starting to prepare just in case, and I'm sure I'll feel better once it's all done. But make a will, write out your burial or cremation wishes, and store your insurance documents where your spouse or kids can find them. You might want to talk to a lawyer, but don't leave a mess. So, look, I'm not trying to scare anybody. Just kind of wake up. Whether you're on TRT or not makes absolutely no difference. You're going to die eventually. But if you are a foreigner living in Thailand, you have no excuse to leave your family, if you have one, or anybody else, unprepared. Get your insurance sorted out. Make your wishes known. Because when that day comes, the Thai system won't cut you any slack, and neither will reality. So, that is all I have. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to support the channel, hit the join button down below, and you can join for as little as $1.99. Like I said, you can send a letter to me if you want. You need a consultation. An American in Bangkok at gmail.com. But like I said, that is all I have. So until next time, I am Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di leo jerkan mai. That is good luck, and see you again. Take care.